the labyrinth of life, where shadows often obscure the path to fulfillment. Many of us search endlessly for a flicker of happiness, a fleeting moment of contentment. We chase it in the world around us, believing that external circumstances hold the key to our inner peace. But what if the pursuit of happiness, as we commonly understand it, is a misguided endeavor? What if the very act of chasing it leads us further from the tranquility we seek? The ancient Stoics, those wise custodians of a philosophy forged in the crucible of hardship and trial, knew something profound. Happiness is not found by reaching outward, but by delving inward. It is not something to be grasped, but something to be cultivated, like a garden within the soul. To understand this, we must first challenge the assumptions we hold about what it means to be happy. We have been conditioned to believe that happiness lies in success, in wealth, in the approval of others. Yet these are mere illusions, fleeting as the wind. They are external things over which we have no true control. And herein lies the first lesson of Stoicism to find happiness. We must first surrender our attachment to what is beyond our control. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. These words echo through the ages, reminding us that our power lies not in altering the world, but in mastering our response to it. When we place our happiness in the hands of fate, we become its slaves, tossed about by the whims of fortune. But when we root our happiness in our own virtue and our capacity for self-control, wisdom, courage, and justice, we reclaim our power. We become unshakable. Imagine for a moment a ship navigating a storm. The waves crash against it, the winds howl, and yet the captain remains calm, his hand steady on the wheel. He does not curse the storm, for he knows he cannot control the sea. Instead, he focuses on what he can control: his own actions, his own decisions. He remains resolute, guided by the principles that keep him on course. This is how we must navigate the storms of life, with a steady hand and a clear mind, undistracted by the chaos around us. But how do we cultivate this inner steadiness, this stoic resilience that remains unbroken in the face of life's tempests? It begins with the discipline of the mind. The Stoics believed in the power of reason to guide us through the turbulent waters of emotion. They understood that destructive emotions, anger, fear, jealousy, are not innate forces that we must succumb to, but choices that we make, often unconsciously. To overcome them, we must first become aware of them, and then through practice, learn to rise above them. Seneca, a Stoic thinker of profound insight, advised, "If you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person." This transformation is not one of outward circumstance, but of inner fortitude. It is about becoming the kind of person who can find peace at any situation, who is not swayed by the fickle nature of external events. This is the essence of Stoic happiness, a state of being that is independent of the world, rooted in the self. We are not alone in this journey. We are a community, bound by a shared desire to rise above the pettiness of the world and reach for something higher. We walk the same path as the Stoics of old, seeking wisdom, self-mastery, and a life lived in accordance with nature. As Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. We too must realize this truth, and in doing so, we will find the strength to overcome whatever life throws our way. But this path is not easy. It requires us to confront our deepest fears and insecurities, to let go of the comforting lies we tell ourselves, It demands that we look within, to the places where we have buried our pain, our disappointments, our regrets. It is a path of transformation, of becoming something greater than we were before. Yet the rewards are beyond measure. For in this journey we discover a happiness that is not dependent on the whims of fortune, but that is steadfast, enduring, and true. We discover a peace that comes from within, a contentment that is born not of what we have, but of who we are. So if you struggle to find happiness in life, remember this: it is not out there, waiting to be found. It is within you, waiting to be cultivated. Embrace the teachings of the Stoics and let them guide you to a life of purpose, resilience, and inner peace. We walk this path together, each step bringing us closer to the happiness that has eluded us for so long. Together, we can find it, not by chasing it, but by becoming it.